So you definitely know what you're playing.
I know what I was playing this week.
100%.
I know what I was playing this week.
You sound like you've either forgot or you realise, like, I shouldn't be saying this.
No. I have no shame. I'll tell everyone what I was playing this week.
Go for it. Try it. Go on, Aaron. Tell me right now. This is the intro. Aaron's going to tell us what he's been playing this week. 240 hours off.
So, yeah, I've been, kicking back with my Japanese visual novels. No, I'm not wasting time. Only the ones with good porn in it. I'm not going to fucking sit through some Japanese drama not to get some titty at the end of it.
Oh, man.
So,
you gotta have the titties.
I've been playing one. Let me double check the name of it here. Bear with me. How do you pronounce that?
Evanical.
I'm not going to go to the plot of that game right now because it is not the time.
Really?
I'm also only at chapter 2 in it, so I'm not ready. Basically, that game starts out with you play this guy who wants to be able to have sex with both of his sisters, but luckily enough, they're not.
Yeah, no, you carry
They're
on.
They're not blood related.
Oh, that's lucky.
So, long story short, this guy has to become a knight in order to get the ability to marry both his sisters, to fuck them, so the goddess of the world won't cast him as an outlaw. And I've also.
I'll see you next week.
So yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing a bit of that, and Minecraft.
Minecraft? Have you played Minecraft?
Yeah, I sort of got inspired by some pictures I've seen online of what people were building.
Right.
Dicks. Yeah, big gold dicks with lava shooting out.
Minecraft or Mineshaft?
Wait.
So I jumped it back into that. Realised how relaxing and time-consuming Minecraft is again. So I've been enjoying that. But yeah, mostly the porn.
A lot of porn. But yeah, welcome back to podcast. We had a bit of a rough 2 weeks with scheduling, and we were meant to do one on Sunday, but I forgot. So I fucked up one podcast. I forgot about the next. I think I'm getting fired pretty soon. It's pretty much all my fault so far. I do apologise. But yeah, some big stuff has been happening this week. Just yet, because I basically want to suck the horse shaft of Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. I decided it's about time I put major hours into that game.
Yeah.
And I just last week I've started getting up much earlier in the mornings. I feel like there's not enough hours in the day. Getting up early, getting all my shit done so I can play games before. Yes, serious hours into Red Dead Redemption 2. Just a testament to storytelling in video games. Just setting up this amazing open world and then just absolutely delivering a story that I am just fucking just stuck with. Like, I've finished sort of Arthur's part of the story. I'm on like an epilogue now, which is the lead up from first game.
Okay.
So I'm playing currently John Marston, and what happens between events of after Arthur's story to Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
Because they could have just left it there, but they've given you this extra couple of hours of gameplay just because. Great.
Good.
And there's like little things you can do, like when you get your farm that you have in the first game, like there's little black dots on the minimap. I was like, what the fuck is that? So I walked up and there's like hay bales on the floor. So I pick up hay bales. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then you pick it up. It gives you like a little mini game. So you have to actually do chores on the farm, get like rewards for it, like your good cowboy points. You're good cowboy, and you get like our dead eye points and stuff.
Right.
And it's just killing hours without even doing the main story. And I realised there's things on there, like I was reading up, because once I finish the main story, I want to all the little bits. And it turns out is UFOs in the game, obviously. Rockstar games going to be UFOs. There's a vampire in the game, which apparently is scary as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. There is like a super rare horse that you find in this one area. And it's a white horse. Best horse in the game. Of like Bigfoot and mammoth bones, and there's like loads and loads of Easter eggs find in the game, which I'm gonna just spend hours looking for.
So does it like reward you for finding that stuff, or is it
probably?
just there?
I mean, like again, you find the horse, that's one, and then you get the best mount in the game. Assuming if you find and kill the vampire, you'll get some cool shit. And I guess the other stuff is just for style points. In.
Cool.
But yeah, honestly, well, it's just so good. To be honest, I put off Crackdown 3 until I have finished Red Dead Redemption 2 100%. Until it's done, I'm not touching it because it's just amazing.
Have you worked with any of the online? Is it online on there?
I don't know.
Is it online on Red Dead?
Yeah. The online is out now.
Yeah.
Not really paying for any live subscription service at the moment,
good.
so I haven't played it online. I do watch a YouTube channel that plays it on. Seems to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving that a miss.
I've got a problem of
like taking like actually unlock like cash and stuff on it.
remember
I think they've adjusted the economy online because during the beta the economy was pretty shit. It was leaning more towards obviously microtransaction site.
yeah,
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So they did adjust it, but a big problem with the companies, even as good as Rockstar is, they've done it as well. They took two steps over the line. People complained, so they bring it one step back, and people they've listened, but they step over the line. So that's just how it works now. But it looks fun. Only if you've got friends. It's not something I'd want to play on my own.
So not for you then.
Not for me. So yeah, I haven't played online, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty fun. What about you, Jim? What have you been playing, buddy?
Well, I haven't done much gaming in the
past week, but the only game that I've done is standard, which was Apex Legends.
Yeah.
Obviously still sort of enjoying it. I guess the whole
the excitement
for it. It's still a good game. So yeah, just like I think I need to definitely like yourself chuck a bit of chunk into Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, you won't be disappointed. I promise you.
I think I'm like 2 hours in.
I think the problem was that game took a while to get into, didn't it? When I was set free, I kind of just didn't do the storyline. I just pissed around.
Missing out, but when you get into that game and everything starts happening, it's hard to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like when I remember, I just stuck with the main storyline for a long time, and then everything was like popping off, and it was like really late. And I had my alarm set for like 5:30 in the morning because I had shit I wanted. Yeah, that's the time to be getting up so I can get shit done. Play games before work. That's how devoted I am right
great.
now. I'm like skipping out like on an hour and a half of sleep so I can play video games. Now that is devoted. But when shit starts happening, I found it so hard to turn it off.
Yeah.
So honestly, get stuck in and you'll love it. I promise.
Yeah.
So what's the in Red Dead 2? What's the much like survival aspects of it? Because I've seen people like having them on to their water and all that shit.
So the whole idea of you don't have to eat, you don't have to take care of yourself or your, but you do get classed as like underweight. Negative side effects for like you're not overweight, you're not underweight. Like health recharges faster, or your stamina recharges faster, something like that. But if like underweight, you take damage in fights, a lot of damage. Same horse, less stamina, less health, stuff like that. So it is beneficial to look after your guy and your horse, but you don't need to if you want to. But I would recommend it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's just another aspect of the game that's just different. Like they've added so much. So impressive.
Sounds alright.
It's amazing.
Hoping still for a PC port.
It'll come. I reckon it'll come. They're missing out on a huge market.
Yeah, if Grand Theft Auto 5 could come out on PC.
Yeah, it took a while, but
shouldn't take that.
It'll come. It'll come.
Good.
Yeah. Right then, what's in the news this weekend, boys?
News? Who would like to start?
Go on, Jamie can start. He usually starts.
Well, I'm thinking that we're going to end up clashing probably because obviously there's a lot.
It doesn't matter. Like we've all got, stuff.
I've sort of gone for two recent things that we can all speak about. Obviously, the main one in the past week or two is obviously Reggie announcing his retirement.
Yeah.
And he's been with Nintendo. I got this off the internet now. I might not be. He's been with Nintendo since May of 2006.
Oh, really?
It's been
15 years.
Time. Yeah, it's been a while.
I think he was in his 40s when he got into the position.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. He's officially retiring now on the April 15th of this year. I think he announced it a couple of days ago, wasn't it? But he's been a big not just for Nintendo, but he's been a big thing in the gaming industry. Sort of like everyone sort of knew him, and like along with the memes as well.
Yeah, he knew how to sort of sell himself. I think. Whenever he was on camera, you're like, hey, Reggie, what's he gonna do now? What's he gonna say now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's a funny guy.
He was a funny guy. I think he was a good face for Nintendo. I know you had something to say about.
So with Reggie, I think he was. This isn't the exact quote, but it's along these lines. He was saying, basically, if a game's not fun, it's not worthwhile.
Yeah.
When you have companies out there saying that fun isn't their fucking goal.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always liked Reggie. And also just because he's fucking wild.
Yes.
Like, first of all, he's a really big man.
Yes.
In general.
Yes.
But some of the E3 presentations that Nintendo have done with Reggie and everything have been incredible. There's one year he was portrayed by using a Muppet. Like a puppet, like. Have you seen that one?
I don't think.
Is that what they did the whole presentation with like puppets of like Iwata and all that stuff?
Yeah. So he's dressed up. Well, I say dress up. He does a puppet. They've put him in like crazy fight scenes and everything, and he just loves it. He loves all of that.
Yeah. He embraces the meme.
He does. He just seems like a really good guy.
Yeah. Definitely the sort of face you want for your company. You want someone who's likable.
Yeah.
You want someone who's knows what the people want and he can push it, and he can do it with a smile on his face, knowing he's not trying to fuck anyone over. Unlike someone from EA's spokesman, where you're just shut the fuck up. You don't feel how he read you. When he came on, you're just like, all right, and what's he got to say this time? He was always well spoken. He was top man.
Yeah, and you can see on Twitter and everything that people from Xbox or there's people from Team Meat, Devolver Digital and such are all like giving him a fond goodbye and such online. He seemed like a really cool guy. But the guy who's taken over his position is a dude called Doug Bowser, which is a fucking fantastic name.
It is.
It's so fitting for Nintendo as
it
well.
Is.
In charge of the company. Well, I say in charge of the company, but like for Nintendo America, the second name to be called Bowser is so.
It would be fitting for the meme as well if he turned out to be like an EA style boss. Do you know what I mean? Just awful.
I believe he used to do some work for EA.
Oh God.
I will double check that, but. I'll get onto it, but Doug Bowser uploaded a picture onto his social media with a piece of paper saying, thank you all for the warm welcome to the company. In the background of the picture, he's got two stuffed toys of Mario and Luigi tied up with cables.
Oh God!
So it looks like I think he's done it on purpose.
Oh right! Okay.
Little Easter egg or something.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
I like that, yeah.
Oh shit, those are a lot of memes.
There's so many memes of Doug Bowser already.
Those are great.
But he's
next topic now.
Hang on, we ain't done yet. Come on.
Yeah, he's been like a long time Nintendo fan as well, Doug Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so one thing they were doing is when Reggie announced his retirement. This has obviously been planned for a while. The Doug Bowser was always planned to take his place. So a lot of people were worried like the person taking over from Reggie is not going to be as good. Whereas like this guy has been shadowing him for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm quite confident that Doug Bowser is actually going to do all right.
We will see.
Do all right at the job.
A lot of the events, like the launch events for the consoles and stuff as well, haven't he been like a big part of Nintendo?
Yeah.
It's all like sort of you know, what Peter Moore did with EA when he left EA and then ended up the transfer boss for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I think what?
Yeah, it's it's just one of those we'll see moments. Again, it's better than like Reggie retiring and then they getting in someone outside of the business.
But no, this guy is the guy that should be chosen to replace.
Even then, that could still go wrong. But high hopes for this guy.
But yeah, confirming he did actually work for EA. He picked up by Nintendo back in 2015.
2015.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, you'll be fine. Fine.
Right, what's next?
Well, it hasn't been much happening, so I kind of took on. Obviously, you just mentioned that you watched it beforehand. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Watch that.
So, I guess Nintendo finally announced their full-on, I guess, new Pokemon RPG. Would you say?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the next in the main line of the games. We've watched the trailer or the announcement for it just before we started the podcast, and it's another new Pokemon game.
One question, because obviously, like I've been like sort of out of touch with the Pokemon universe since like the third or fourth generation, maybe. Is this new game new generation of Pokemon?
It's a new generation of Pokemon.
Okay. So like the because I was watching a bit of the trailer earlier and I saw that like the game looked really cool, but then the starting Pokemon they're all different. I'm like, is that Pokemon that have been out in the past year, or is this like everyone's seeing this right now?
Yeah, they're brand new Pokemon. So
they haven't been seen outside the game.
No. So they are obviously the first evolutions of the starter Pokemon for this game. Looking at it, I'm glad they mixed it up and they didn't stick with the Let's Go Pokemon format of having the wild Pokemon visible on your screen and having to use it as within Pokemon Go.
Weird,
but I'm glad they've brought back the wild Pokemon in tall grass. I'm hoping that they mixed up a little bit more. I'm hoping for some interesting sort of new mechanics of some sort in the game, but I'll be lucky. Well, the interesting part for me is at the end of the gameplay segment of the Direct, the Pokemon Direct, they had the protagonist walking into a stadium with almost like a football-looking top on or something.
That was odd.
And I imagine this must be something to do with Elite Four challenge at the end or become the champion, but
or maybe there's Pokemon Sport in the game. Maybe you've got like a bunch of Pikachu's playing fucking rugby or something. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be fucking great.
That would be great. Mate, right, Nintendo, you're still working on it. Put it in. I know you're watching.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it might be like a subtle hint to esport Pokemon.
But they couldn't with the turn-based style Pokemon fights there is, I don't think they could put it in.
What, esports?
This
is really a huge esport.
Is?
Yeah, there's massive international tournaments.
What, like cards though?
No,
in game.
In game.
Which game?
It was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were the last ones. Huge player base for that. Obviously not as big as some of the worst games like the ones.
Say it. Go on, fucking say it. I don't know. You mean the best game ever, League of Legends? Woo!
I wanted to insult it, but I couldn't remember if it was League of Legends or Dota.
Oh no, I don't play Dota.
Pretty much the same thing. But yeah, there's a huge
I had no idea.
For Pokemon.
But how could just whoever has the better?
There's tons of strategy involved.
Really?
If people really want to get into it, it's not just the strategy. You'd also have to breed your Pokemon to have best stats and everything as well, which it takes a longer time than you might think to do all that. But yeah, there's a huge strategy and a huge place for Pokemon in
Well, it's a world of Pokemon that I did not know existed.
Well,
Well,
I mean, it's far above my understanding of Pokemon to play at that level.
That's
But
fair. Well, it's the same with things like Tetris, though. You think that's just a simple game, but then you play it, and then you watch some pro player, and you're like, how?
yeah.
But I wonder if there's some sort of like comparison to like, and obviously the Pokemon Stadium games. So you think, you know what, like, this game would be easy because you can pick the best Pokemon, but at the end of the day, it comes down to like strategy of like the type of Pokemon and all that stuff and what they're weak to.
Yeah, well, to be honest, when I saw this trailer just now, like the open world thing, I like, you know, it's reminiscent to the old Game Boy games, just in like 3D view now, like of the Zelda game, sort of that sort of world. But when it comes to Pokemon fights, I personally got bored of just in the attacks and just watching it do it.
Yeah.
I wanted, in a Pokemon style RPG game like it is, the same open world type of thing they've got going on right now. But when it gets into Pokemon fights, I want like fucking, you know, Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi fights. You know, they're fucking flying around the place in your skill-based combat. You know.
They did a game like that, didn't they, for the Switch?
Pokken tournament.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't they combine the two, and then that'd be a Pokemon
cool.
game I would buy.
It would be cool.
I don't think it could fit that much awesome.
Yeah, they could easily.
I'm hoping with the game, if you go back and look at the original Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 animations for the attacks, they're pretty much unique for every single Pokemon. But what you find in the newer games is that they don't have the unique animations anymore, which is a bit disappointing. I'm hoping they make the battles a bit more of a spectacle instead of one Pokemon standing there still.
Yeah.
Even if it's just still turn-based, have them run around doing something and make it look like a fight instead of fucking
exactly
a proper turn-based RPG.
It just got me bored, you know. Like that's why I went off Pokemon, because it was just, even if they brought out a new game and they had a new world and you got to run around it, as soon as you got to the Pokemon fights, which is all about, like, both of them standing there and just like, and
which is understandable when it was on the Game Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like now you should have like fucking awesome fights.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I'll still definitely buy it because I want to.
Nintendo just keeping the formula sort of similar.
Yeah.
Like even though if they reached out, and like obviously they'd have to create a separate game. Like if they change too much, then people are like, oh, you know, this is not.
The casual player might pipe up. That's fair.
I think less of the casual. I think the more the hardcore player base would be pissed off if you really altered it.
Yeah. Like, oh, you ruined the Pokemon.
Fucking get a grip. Time for a change.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, true. So they're the two things you want to talk about, is it, Jim?
Yeah, that's me done.
What are you?
So we covered the main thing with Reggie.
Yeah.
I just want to speak about a maybe silly little move from a company known as THQ Nordic.
I thought they were shut down.
No.
They're still going.
They, creators of and Darksiders.
Yeah.
What else did they do? Dawn of War.
Didn't they used to make wrestling games? Yeah.
Wrestling games.
They used to make wrestling games.
Wrestling games, Dawn of War. What else has THQ done recently?
Dawn of War.
Oh, it was Relic, wasn't
it? Warhammer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Is that Warhammer?
Let me double check who makes Dawn.
They did lose the wrestling games license, so because people are pissed off with them.
Why?
Because the games are just crap.
Were they?
Yeah.
Because what I remember of THQ wrestling games, you could like make a wrestler with like a 2-inch body and like a 9-inch neck. You know what I mean?
They were good fun. Actually, yeah, Dawn of War was Relic.
I like Dawn of War.
Dawn of War's a really good game.
It's got 97% on it.
Yeah, Dawn of War's a fucking fantastic RTS.
Yeah.
Anyway, THQ Nordic did a AMA, an Ask Me Anything thing, like companies do on Reddit.
Yeah.
So everyone posts in random questions and the company has. So they decided to host their AMA on 8chan.
Oh my days!
So I frequent 4chan, so I think it's
What
funny
is
sometimes.
Because I'm only familiar with 4chan. What is 8chan? What's the difference? No idea.
Honestly, I couldn't say. I haven't gone on 8chan, but they have now been seen to develop a web relationship with 8chan, and 8chan is obviously, and I'm quoting here, has a reputation for hosting extreme right-wing content. They are Nazi sympathizers, and there's also child pornography on the website. They've been all reported for those things before in the past.
Oh dear.
So now people think that they, being THQ, are willing to give people who look at child porn their time, and it's all a bit of a mess.
Oh dear.
I'm looking at the post here, right? And did you see what actually THQ announced on their Twitter?
Oh.
They said that we are doing an 8chan AMA and we have no idea why.
Is that what they actually said?
Yeah. THQ Nordic's Twitter account announced and linked to the AMA. So we're doing an 8chan AMA and have no idea why.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were. Maybe, right, they were super naive, right, and all they heard about were like rumblings of like 8chan and 4chan, and they didn't actually know about the dark side of it. Maybe they were super naive on that point. Potentially. Again, I can't speak for that. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here, but either way, that is fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
Funny.
So they, in their thread, a user of 8chan posted up a drawing of two young women with ridiculously large tits being fondled by a man towering behind them, and with the question, where the big titty lollies at attached to it.
Fuck.
That is hilarious. That is really funny.
That is crazy.
That is really funny.
That is pretty funny. That is, again, that's not a career-ending fuck-up, I don't think. Again, because it could literally just be complete naivety.
It should be for the person that set up that.
When's the last time you heard THQ's name?
A long time.
Ages ago.
But this, hey, any press is free, a good press. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, if they were just to do an AMA on Reddit, this many people remember THQ right now?
No.
It was probably a smart move then.
It could be portrayed as a smart move or a stupid move. Either way.
THQ did do the We Sing series, though.
The what?
The We Sing. Like, we actually sing. Like SingStar.
We Sing.
Not
Sing.
Yeah, that game that I'm super fond of and remember.
Yeah.
That's the next esport.
Can you remember? I can imagine that as esport.
Like, they've done is crap besides Darksiders.
So I don't think. I think people who look at THQ in a bad light as if they're associating with pedophiles are stupid, because they aren't. They posted up a Ask Me Anything on a website which has a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
A lot of people on 4chan or 8chan play video games.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, people nowadays, especially on Twitter and Reddit, I find tend to make a mountain out of a molehill sometimes. Again, it's probably not the best website to put it. But yeah, I mean, they weren't exactly saying, "Hey, pedophiles, when you come and ask us about our games."
Yeah.
So like, it's just.
What if they did say that?
Well, but they didn't.
That's true.
That was their intentions all along.
Yeah, that's the thing. I personally tend to stay off like Twitter and Reddit because it seems to be
a paedophile only Ask Me Anything with THQ.
In the paedophile subreddit or something. I don't know how it works. I stay off these websites. All of them, 4chan, 8chan, Reddit, Twitter. It seems to be full of people who think their opinion is worth more than it is. So I just sort of stay off it Because the moment someone does something that's even slightly questionable, everyone's just like fucking dogpiling on. It's like, end this man's career! So it's just not for me, man.
People who don't judge THQ for doing this. Go, that was a silly thing to do, and move on.
Yes, that's how it should work. Yeah. Will it work like that? Probably not. People are going to make a bigger deal out of this because, again, people like to stand on that soapbox nowadays. You know what I mean? They like to ride that high horse until they
love to seem so morally correct.
Oh yes, that's people's thing nowadays. But yeah, it was stupid. It was probably a thought-out move. Now, the more I think about it, again, when was the last time you had a THQ?
Yeah, I mean, Darksiders 3 came out in the last month or two, but didn't really cause much fanfare.
No, it's just an average game.
I like the Darksiders games as well.
I think the third one's just average, isn't it?
I've not played the third one, but I enjoyed the first and second.
It was like, okay.
I actually thought the first Darksiders, when you played as War, was almost a better Zelda game than some of the Zelda games.
Really?
It was really cool.
It did look cool. I haven't played them. My mate was on about it. He's like, you should play Darksiders. I was like, you know what? Because it's on Game Pass. I'm pretty sure they're on Game Pass.
Okay.
So I was thinking about trying them out.
Right now?
Well, they're not free.
Not accessible to you.
They're accessible, I believe. Yeah. I'll double check.
They either on Game Pass or they did come on the Xbox Games Gold
I'm
times.
Pretty sure they're on Game Pass. I'd be wrong. Pretty sure they are. Anyway, next topic. Have you got anything else?
Nope.
No? Good, because I have Anthem's out!
Hey. Cool.
Guys, Anthem's out!
Buy away.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nobody cares, because guess what? Nobody fucking likes it. Turns out it's a bit shit. Right? So it's really mixed responses. I'm pretty sure it's got like a meta score of 60.
60, yeah.
And like a user rating of like 4.8 or 4.9, something like that. It's not looking good. The general consensus is gameplay is fun. Really pretty. Looks great. Doesn't run very well at the moment because, again, it is big game. Graphics are amazing, so even on like powerful rigs, some people are having to dampen it down just to make it like smooth. But again, it is really pretty, but saying it's a hollow experience and it feels unfinished, akin to like Destiny when that first came out. It seems these big open world games are really having that problem. They're bringing out this really basic experience, and then you have to chuck money at it, and it's smart, really, because EA have even said they made a mistake of letting people who played it early review it. They made that mistake because people who had the premiere and they're playing it before its release date have been like, yeah, it's shit.
Yeah.
And then nobody's buying it. It's Where's my statistics? Hang on, I've got them by here.
A fun story to add to that, Beck.
Yeah.
The whole, when the developers like give free copies for people to review.
Yeah.
So say things about the game, which is usually like say our game's good. One guy had his YouTube video taken down. I don't know how popular he was, but he had his YouTube video down because he did a review of the game after getting a review copy, and he basically said it was crap and don't buy it.
It was a GGG Man Lives, I believe.
Yeah. He then took down his video, didn't he? So
yeah, he was associated with EA, and he gave him a less than stellar review, and he had to repost it with some other things related to the video, saying how he was no longer associated with EA.
Wow, that is fucking scumbag.
The gameplay, from what I've seen, looks like, it works. It does look pretty.
It does.
The flying looks cool.
Yeah.
But the gameplay just seems a bit dull.
The gameplay, the transition from like fighting to the flight and all that, is super smooth. Gameplay is decent. It seems fun. At least that's what people are saying. But again, like outside of those fights, the story is shit. I was watching one guy, and he said when these games from what's the company again? Or EA? The creators, what are they called? I keep forgetting it.
Okay.
BioWare, thank you. That just slipped my mind.
I was going to let you
The
suffer.
thing with big BioWare games, you always have a choice, don't you, of what to say and stuff like that. Does not matter. Does not matter. You can literally just keep hitting one, and like it makes no difference. It has no effect to the larger game.
I saw that.
So
why even put it in at that
there's
point?
no point to putting it in. So this guy is literally just going through the story and he's just doing this. He doesn't care. Like the story is so shit, he's just doing this through the game. Get the cutscenes out the way, get the chat log stuff out the way, so he can carry on the game.
It's sort of like Destiny, where you can speak to people like Mass Effect mid mission.
Yeah.
So you can go back to like the ship or whatever. I haven't played the game, but I saw that you can go back to like certain points and like you could be arguing with someone and hating them in game during the part of the story, and then go up to them and then they'd act like everything's fine.
Yeah.
Or they still hate you when you're good with them.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's no.
Again, a feature that's been so impressive with BioWare games up till now. They've obviously put so much effort into how the game plays and looks. Everything else, including the story, is just taking a back seat. Like it seems pointless. It has a cool premise as well.
I'm pretty sure isn't the story just they're finding a thing?
No, basically the gods abandoned the world before it was finished. That's why there's big monsters and stuff.
That's not story. That's lore.
Yeah, but it's the premise. It's that way it's set, innit?
So as your character, what are you trying to do?
There's like a woman is the anthem, I think, and the anthem, I believe. I'm probably so far off, but this is what I've got.
No, this is what it is now.
This is
Go on.
like the anthem is like a power of some sort that nobody else possesses apart from this one.
Finding a thing.
I tell you
Yeah.
who Tom sounds like right now. He sounds like the story designer, like literally right now.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, sort of this power.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the game's already been released. Yeah, but sort of this power.
Right, all I heard was the story, well, the lore then of like the gods left the world unfinished. I was like, you know what, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. And then the anthem, I believe anthem is like a. But outside of that, I don't know much more.
Okay, sounds good.
But this is how well it is doing, right? I don't know if you've heard about this. So this is UK. Nobody else has released their figures now. So the UK is the 6th biggest video game market in the world. Yeah, let's play on like China. So this is retail, so physical copies sold half the amount of Mass Effect Andromeda. Half, and that works out as 10% of Destiny 2. 10%. That is all it is sold, physical copies. And now, yes, digital copies is a growing market, but Mass Effect Andromeda was only released 2 years ago. That does not, those figures don't mean anything at this point in time. That game, over in Britain at least, is doing abysmal.
The problem with these games, and people saying, or comparing it to Destiny, saying, oh, Destiny's now a worthwhile playing game, Destiny 2. I don't want to buy a game at full price with the promise of it being good later on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Unless you were buying Destiny now, you could probably buy everything for 30 quid.
Yeah.
If you're a day one, fan and you want to play it, you're going to spend 45, 50 quid straight up for that hollow fucking shell, and then every couple of months they bring out another expansion that's going to cost you 20 quid.
And they've already sorted out all the cosmetics and stuff you can buy in that game. That's all done.
I think the best thing you can do is Destiny is wait till the third one comes out. Now they've separated from Activision. Just wait till the third one comes out, and then if that's shit, then put Destiny to bed. But there's a high chance that the game should be good, and it should be taken the way that Destiny universe and lore deserves, I guess, on the play base. But
Well,
We'll soon see.
there's basically the same people of the game with the promise it's going to be good. I'm not buying into it. I'm never like I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I
Hit
used
me
to
with
do that.
Destiny one. Like at the end,
I bought Destiny the first.
I remember, right? And I loaded it up. Is this
Just
it?
done.
Yeah. Like I just went on to multiplayer. The bat
That's. Mm.
being picked up. Oh,
Double check this.
did I don't know if we picked any of that up.
I've
Anyway,
been watching it. They've been fun.
oh, okay, yeah, it's just Anthem is an. Will people have the patience to stick around? That is the question. EA said this
No.
this poorly. EA is it going off?
Sometimes a little bit. I'll double check this a little bit.
Touch it. Have you touched it? There we go. We keep going
Alright.
on.
They should just go back to Mass Effect, shouldn't they?
Oh, no, just again.
Well, they did start again though with Anthem.
Leave Mass Effect alone. Right, no more. You've ruined it enough. Just leave it be. Like, don't start again. Don't game. Just sell the rights to someone else. I don't know. Just stay away from it, please. Ruined it enough.
So that's Anthem.
That is Anthem. It's not doing well at all. Good.
Not surprising.
Right, the other thing I've got is about it. Last story I've got to talk. So this again, all on Twitter. I don't have to go through other people to find out this news on Twitter. So basically, Twitter page called Pretty Good Gaming tweeted out CD Projekt Red considering games as a service for Cyberpunk 20. Part of their drive to make it more commercially significant. And you're just like,
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, at that point, you're just a bit like, you're a bit worried.
You give up on it.
Yeah, but the good old guys at CD Projekt Red saw this tweet. They replied.
Okay.
Funnily enough. So, Projekt Red responded with, "Worry not. When thinking of Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than The Witcher 3. Huge single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG. No hidden catch. You get what you paid for. No bullshit. Just gaming like the Wild Hunt. Believe greed to others." Oh!
Damn.
That's really good.
Son.
That's really
That's
good.
like
They shot down.
fucking...
But
That's CD Projekt Red, and that's why everyone is loving them at the moment. That's the thing, right? If you're a small games company, right, and you're coming out with some big games soon, you're doing good, right? Do not go public, right? Stay independent. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't have to do all that bullshit. You make the games you want. Make the games people want, and you don't fuck us around, and you'll get paid well. Checking about that.
and then the money comes.
You agree with that? You agree with that?
CD Projekt Red are in a good position right now because they can ride on the trust of The Witcher 3's release.
Yeah.
I have no reason not to trust them. I have no reason to think that they're going to try and screw everyone over. Yeah, good on them. It just puts them even better place.
Yeah, they're building that. They've built the trust with their fan base, and they are literally just working on keeping it.
Yeah, yep.
And well, so far so good. They ain't fucking around.
I think they responded to that. I think they had to respond to that.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're
how's it
back. We fixed our problems. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, CD Projekt Red, nearly done. Someone on Twitter also, when basically they said, please, don't make it a Epic Store exclusive.
Right.
And then they also responded to that with, yeah, we'll pass. Yay! So no Epic Store exclusive.
Good.
I'm assuming
No
it's going to
CD
come
Projekt
out on Epic Store.
Yeah, it would,
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
should do.
it's coming out on Steam, so no need to worry about this. But I'll probably be eating my words next week when it'll come out, just like CD Projekt Red has partnered with Epic Store as they've promised 95% of the fucking commission. So we don't have to worry about that. It's not another Metro.
what if they
problem.
just did physical only release?
I don't think people would be happy about
I'd
that.
fucking love that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind because I'll probably end up buying it on PlayStation anyway. Purely because I bought a PlayStation Pro purely so I can play 4K, but my computer doesn't support 4K, so all my new games at the moment I'm buying on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I've got a 4K TV and I'm not using it.
That's fair enough.
So even though everything plays better on PC,
Mm-hmm.
single player games like this I'm probably just going to buy on my PlayStation,
Okay.
so I can get a juicy 4K.
I mean, if you've bought it, you might as well.
I may as well.
You
It
might
cost
as
me a lot of money. Anyway, so I'm going to end today's podcast with another question. Are you ready?
Nope.
Let's go.
Right then. So, in your personal opinion, Aaron,
Yes.
what makes a perfect game? And this is relevant to you, not in general, to you. What does a game require for you to make it the perfect game?
What, one aspect of it, or like?
Just in general, like a game as a whole.
In general.
Like what makes it perfect? It doesn't have to be one aspect. It could be a bunch of things that combine together.
This week I would have said titties, but in general, I think for whatever reason I'm going to this first, but for any game to be perfect, in my opinion, I said opinion and like my brain stopped working. It needs memorable music. It needs that good soundtrack.
Oh, music, yeah.
Well, I think without, like I said the other week, my favourite game is probably Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Whereas all of those jams in that game are great.
Yeah.
So I think music is definitely one of the biggest things, as it can like not only like set the tone, but it can also help scape the environment. You know,
I agree.
I think that's one of the key factors.
Yeah.
Going on from that, graphics doesn't make a perfect game,
No, definitely not.
but
Anthem, for example.
yeah, graphics can't make a perfect game, but art style can.
Yeah.
I think if you have a look at a lot of mobile games and stuff at the moment, or even mobile phone games, they all have the same style, and I think you can't be a perfect game unless you have your own unique way of displaying your story.
Yeah.
Going from that as well, I think the final most like gameplay as well, I don't know, as long as it's playable and as long as it works, it's fine. Because we see games with good gameplay, such as, or like a functional gameplay, such as Anthem, not making it a good game.
Yes.
Just because it works doesn't mean it's going to be a classic.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put gameplay at the top, but I would put music, art style, and then obviously story as well.
Yeah.
And by story, I don't just mean like the overarching progression that your characters may go through. I just mean every character in general, how well it's written,
Yeah.
how well things can be paced.
Yeah.
I think those are the three main aspects
Yes.
that would make the perfect video game.
Yes.
As far as games that have achieved that, I wouldn't say any have achieved all three. Whereas, like I said, Wind Waker being my favourite game, I love the art style, the music is phenomenal, but then the characters, Zelda is known for having really fleshed out great three-dimensional characters. But I think those are the things I go for.
Well, Jamie's run off, so I will give my 2 cents.
Okay.
So for me personally, like, yeah, gameplay is nice. I do like fluid gameplay. Depends what type of game you're going for.
Yeah.
Some games require smooth, solid gameplay. But for me personally, it's all about story.
Yeah.
It is all about story and how it is delivered, right? Because if you've got a big fleshed out world with awesome lore, and then you come into the game again, what you said, art style is massive. Even if it's not graphically beautiful, as long as they got a decent art style, they stick to it, and then they deliver on telling that story.
Yeah.
And they make the gameplay somewhat engaging.
Yeah.
It does again like that Senua's Sacrifice, that Hellblade game we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. Again, the gameplay, it's like, it's no Dark Souls, you know what I mean? It's nothing amazing, but the way the story is delivered is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So the perfect game for me: story delivered, how it's delivered, pacing, character development is a must, and then art style.
So this is why when people are discussing perfect games, or like games that are deserving a 10 out of 10 score, when people mentioned the PlayStation 4's God of War as being a perfect game, that's why I could never jump onto it, because I enjoyed. Obviously, I wouldn't say it had a unique art style.
No.
It just has. It looks good.
It does.
I wouldn't say the gameplay was particularly unique.
No, it's not unique, it was fun.
It was fun, and then the characters were pretty good.
Yeah,
and then the music, though, for what there was completely forgettable.
Yes.
So I feel like that's how I judge games, and that's why I might give games people give high scores a lower score, because they're not ticking those boxes for me.
Yeah.
So I think.
But the one saving grace for God of War, it did have fun gameplay, but it did deliver the story really well.
It delivered the story well, but it didn't deliver the complete story, which I
No.
know it's never going to, being one of three.
Yeah, they make
title.
their trilogy. Yeah, so it did receive pretty much perfect scores.
Yeah.
But realistically, it was lacking in certain areas.
Yeah.
Again, like music, like I didn't even have to say it, but whoa, everyone knows what that is.
Pokemon.
Everyone knows what it is immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
That was beautifully done.
Thank you very much. We're Welsh, so we've got good singing voices
We do.
naturally. But yeah, music, again, it helps deliver a story so well.
Yeah.
So
And like I said, with music as well, apart from the story helping the pace, the end of Halo 1, obviously when you're escaping the ship in the Warthog, that's when it plays the main title theme again. And you know when you get to the end of a game, or like an action game, an RPG, JRPG, whatever, if you go into it and you go into the final room or the final boss and the title music starts playing, you know shit is going down. And like, no matter what happens around you, then you're invested in that game
100%.
until that shit is over.
Yeah.
So those are my main points.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just, as soon as you mentioned the last level of Halo, I was just picturing it.
I mean, like, imagine that last bit of Halo with no music.
Oh, I've actually done that.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as exciting.
No.
The guy is like the woman in the Pelican going down. I just felt no emotion.
Yeah.
It's just like, I've been it, I'm going down. I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, okay. But when, like, in the final gameplay, I was gutted.
Yeah.
The music was going, you're engaged, your heart is going, everything's just clicking, working so well, and you're invested in it, and the music makes such a difference.
So that's why the cool thing about music in video games as well is, like I said, if you have that connection to certain parts of your game with the music, if you're like me and you listen to video game music outside of video games, you can almost reminisce on fucking things you had done in the game then. It's a way to almost experience the gameplay without even having to fucking do anything. Just listen to it, do whatever else you want.
Yeah, it's...
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
he's back.
Sorry.
It's fine. Me and Aaron just been talking, so... the question palmed off to you now. In your opinion, for you, doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, for you, what makes a perfect game?
Well, like, I'm not gonna go like specific aspect. I'm gonna say like a game for me that makes a perfect game is something that brings me back, gives me incentive to carry on playing after I'm done.
Replayability then.
Yeah, replayability. I like a good story. It doesn't matter about the story too much though, like because some kind of go over the top and it doesn't really make sense, and then all this stuff. And I do like a game with decent lore. I like a game that I know that I'm gonna get other games as well. That there's gonna be like a one-off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the main aspect for you is replayability, one that brings you back.
Yeah, it changes all the time, but yeah, replayability I'd say, because that can be based in multiplayer and single player. So
Yeah. See, that's why, like, for me, or me and Aaron were saying, is like how important like story is and stuff like that. Again, a lot of people, especially new gamers, they're coming into the mix with games like Battlefield, Black Ops 4. Sorry, there's no campaign, there's no meaningful music, nothing like that. So they're gonna come in thinking like this is the best game ever made. They're not gonna have any of the joy of like when linear games were like the only thing.
Yeah.
Where like music was important, story was important, nothing like that. They're just coming in and they're dropping into Black Ops 4. Yeah, it's got your factors of like replayability and I don't really think it's got any lore.
No, replayability is cool, but I think sometimes to appreciate a good story in a game, it needs to end.
Yes.
Like it needs to have that point where it's over.
Yeah.
And then you can look back at it and be like, shit.
Yeah.
Like when you finish watching a series or you finish playing through a game and you're like, oh, it's weird. I feel like I should still be playing it. Now that part of my life is over.
Yeah.
It won't be the same again.
Yeah.
And it's just something else then to feel
it needs to
like
have that impact.
yeah, having that end really puts the cherry on top of the cake of experience.
Yeah.
So looking at video games.
I also speak about replayability in the fact that after it ends, you still want to play it.
Yeah, like
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's sort of what Aaron just brought up. Then that when I finished Halo 3, my initial reaction was, I really, really hope Master Chief is not dead.
Yeah.
I really hope he is not dead, right? Thinking they were not going to bring up, but then obviously you do the legendary ending, you find out he's not dead, and at the time I was like, yeah. Now I'm like, fuck! Why didn't you die? Because they're making games and they're getting worse. Please stop! Please stop! Please stop!
So, like was hinted in the PS4 God of War, at the end of that game, spoilers if anyone still is interested and haven't played it.
Turn it off if you're not.
Obviously,
I'm gonna take my ears out.
Okay.
Oh, does Jamie not know?
He does not know.
Okay. So, do you know when Kratos gets cucked?
Yes.
He lets a big black man fuck his wife?
It destroy his wife, yeah.
Yeah.
So hard she dies.
Yeah, if that didn't happen, I'd be real pissed off.
Yeah.
No, like you see obviously the picture of Kratos dying.
Yeah.
That, if he doesn't, that'll be shit.
Yeah.
That's where
Like,
they have a perfect target to end the story, and they should.
His destiny at this point is set. 10 out of 10.
Pardon me.
His destiny at this point is set, right? If they do not follow the destiny that they have shown us, like even if the circumstances of that destiny are different to what it appears, the outcome needs to be the same at this point.
Totally.
If they change it from that to keep it alive, I will be very disappointed.
Yeah, so Kratos is a cuck.
Yes. We're done, Jamie.
Yahoo!
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
But yeah, I'm all out. How about you guys? Anything else you want to add?
No.
My plan is for next week to give you a big update on my Japanese visual novel story.
Yeah, please do. I want to know if he gets the fucking
Actually, give us the visual update though.
I will. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? It's our show.
Yeah. It's our show. We do what we want, baby.
Yeah.
It's not like we get monetized, is it?
No, and I think next week we're going to go over the anniversaries for February.
We again, it's my fault. Forgot to mention them. Fucking deal with it. We'll sort it out next week. Go through the anniversaries for February, and there's some pretty big ones in there. And yeah, we'll just have a little chat about some more video games.
And as a little announcement for either this channel or another channel in general, once a week, I'm going to pop out a small 10-minute video playing some old games.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes long. I've got a bunch recording. Going to release one every Friday.
Sick.
Basically playing through the top 20 Atari 2600 games.
Damn, sounds good.
When you think about gameplay channels, I'm not going to be jumping around screaming. I'm not going to be fucking all about it. I'm literally chilling out in my dress gown playing some old video games. So if you want to check that out, come see me Friday.
Come see him Friday. He's got appointments all day.
All day.
Just 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm
Friday every week, baby.
I'm busy in the morning, so don't see me then.
It's just a single 10-minute slot in the evening, so actually I haven't really got much chance. But I've actually watched one of his videos, and it is super chill. So if that's your sort of vibe, definitely check it out. You posting them on our channel?
I'll post them on the Thick and Creamy channel.
Yeah. Give them a watch. They're good. Nice, chill. Get you relaxed, ready for bed. And you learn some shit too.
Yeah, a bit of knowledge. Anyway, so I think we can conclude that video games were ultimately a mistake.
Yes, definitely.
Don't
Major cause of obesity. The reason everyone in America is killing each other is video games. They were just a mistake. They shouldn't have happened, and yeah, we should erase them.
Hitler.
What?